It's April 7th, honey. What do you think?
I think we should move.
There's snow accumulating behind your glasses.
I think we should move.
I just moved.
South.
South?
You just moved
oh, this is a little disappointing.
This way.
This is a little disappointing.
Run away from home. You're the one that was complaining winter ended too soon.
Oh, look at it.
A month and a half ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Morning, YouTube friends and family. It's been a very long time since I've uploaded a video, and I think I owe you guys one. It's still friggin' winter. Some crow. This is April 7th, and we got 3 inches of snow yesterday, and look at that, it's snowing this morning. Andrea's headed off to teach a class on nature journaling, and I'm home with the boys today, so stick around. It's gonna be a fun day at the Lani-Caputo household. Breakfast ready! Alright, this is a little update on Milo's Europe trip, which many of you have donated generously to. How is the fundraising going?
It's done. We have finished. Everything is paid for. And yeah, I'm going to be leaving next Thursday, April 12th to April 21st.
Are you packed?
Not packed yet. We should probably do that though.
Yeah.
Get on that.
What are you most excited about?
I'm pretty excited to just be in a place where people don't speak English. It starts in Dublin, then to London, then to Paris, then back home.
Wow. And are you nervous about any of it? Nah, you're all cool.
You asked me that before.
I know. Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Well, do you think you'll be able to do any video? Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to upload vlogs.
No,
probably while you're there.
Probably not, but I could probably take a couple few videos for the subscribers.
For the peeps there.
It's the least I can do.
Cool, Milo. Thanks, bro. Yes, it's that time of the year, springtime, time to start seedlings. You know from past vlogs that I'm a green thumb, Zephyr is also a green thumb, so we have started some seeds here. He's got some gourds. What else do you have? Watermelons. I've got some tomatoes started, some peppers started, and we're getting some German thyme, winter thyme over there. Zephyr starting as well. So we're really looking forward to spring. I'm going to take you outside and show you the world that's trying to come back to life out there. Last weekend, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I planted my peas and a bunch of greens outside, and then it snowed. Oh my, it is rather bright out now. What a change from a few hours ago when I was just letting out the ducks. So much has happened since I've stopped regularly vlogging, and a lot has even happened since I last talked with you, but I guess one of the major things that I've been going through is just a general lack of money. Did you know that when your business is an S Corp, an S corporation, S-class corporation, that you're required as the business owner to be on payroll? I didn't know that. As a result, at the end of 2017, I learned from my new accountant that I should have been paying payroll taxes the whole year. So I went and met with him, and he said, yeah, you need to pay all your federal and state taxes, and you know, you can write a $6,000 check, right? $6,000 check, right? $6,000 check, wrong? I didn't have that kind of money. Anyway, I'll make a long story short, I was able to secure some short-term funding long enough to pay, I paid all of the taxes I had to pay, then I filed my federal and state income tax returns, and I got most of that money back. So now I'm like, whew, it was just about 2 or 3 months when I was pretty much dead flat broke. And it wasn't a good feeling, but you know, you get through. It's not a big deal. Just work hard, keep your nose to the grindstone, and stay focused on making money, you know? Is that a good thing? I don't know, but it worked. Anyway, the other thing that we've been going through here is a battle with the rats. We had a population of rats that were really living in the barn due to all of the duck activity, you know. The duck food is often out here, and the rats would come and eat the duck food. And there's so many little places for them to hide in the barn here that just made a great place for them to move in and start replicating themselves, which is what they did. One day, I found out there was some rats underneath this wood storage bin here, and so I freaked out, and I set up this little tarp dam system to try to cordon them off, and then I lifted this thing up, and there was like a dozen rats underneath that thing. It was just freaked me out. There's rats in my barn! So anyway, for the past 3 months, we've been trapping rats, like literally by hand in a bucket. That's why I've got this little cordoned off section here. I think I've got some video of us releasing some rats. Here, oh, there goes one.
Bye-bye.
I was gonna tell the people that we trapped 4 rats in our barn today. I should have done video, but we were just so like wrapped up in trapping rats. And we've decided to release them at a local cemetery. You ready, Emma, to do the honors?
You should do it over there, so there.
No, that's all right.
Nice poops. Nope, it's going.
Under the truck. And gone?
That one went over there. Damn it, that one.
The twins are getting way into it though. They love like catching the rats. It's been so much fun. Anyway, that's just sort of the brief, like some of the highlights you've missed, me going broke and us dealing with our rat infestation. That's really exciting, isn't it? There's some other stuff I'll let you know about as the day goes on, but hey, stay tuned. I've been struggling with the digital world and adjusting to the digital world. Do you all struggle with that? I mean, clearly we embrace it on some level in all of our lives, whether we do it willingly or not, and whether we do it knowingly or not. It's just part of everyday life, but it's becoming such an increasingly large part and bigger part of our everyday life. And I think people are not adjusting in step with advances in digital technology and just technology in general. You know, this whole Facebook thing has just turned me off a lot to social media, and I'm sure it has to other people too, and maybe it's not for good reasons, but it just brings me back to this law that I learned in the philosophy of technology when I was at the College of the Atlantic, called the law of the hammer. If you give a 6-year-old a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? So a hammer is designed for a very specific purpose, to pound in a nail. The designer designed it to pound in a nail, and it does a great job at that. But when you give it to somebody who is uninitiated with the technology, or doesn't understand what the design of the technology is for, or doesn't understand the power of the technology, then it will be used in a million different ways. So now that hammer can be used not only to pound in a nail, but it could be used to bash a hole in that wall and bop your brother on the head, and all kinds of really bad things that the inventor did not intend. So I think we have to sort of, oh, look at that piece of birch bark. Nice. I also struggle with it because in my own house, because we have Wi-Fi, right, with digital devices that can connect to a hub, we all get sort of squirreled away into our own little digital corners on our own little digital devices, and I look over and Emmett and Zephyr are playing like Minecraft on separate screens, and Milo is like Snapchatting on his phone, and I'm watching a movie on Netflix, and Andrea's watching a TV show on Netflix. And it's not about we, it's about, or us, it's about me and I, you know? I think that the digital world has just so personalized our living experience that we lose sight of the larger us, of the larger we, which is really what gives us strength as a species on Earth and allows us to survive, I think, in a way that we can adjust. So, I don't know, what am I saying? I'm just sick of it all. That's what I'm saying. I'm sick of the Netflix, although I watch it. I'm sick of my cell phone, although I use it every day. I don't mean to complain on today's vlog. It's just that, again, having some difficulty adjusting to the digital age. Solution for me, try to get back to nature. Try to be outside as much as possible. Try to just be a species instead of being a like digital consumer. I don't know.
I know the book. Side chill from the pain. I just wanna. I know the book. Side chill from the pain. I just wanna.
Our ducks are just as excited for spring as we are. I've just taught Emmett the elements of the siphon the other day and how to achieve a siphon with any fluid. He's pretty psyched now to be draining the crap out of here into that pond down there, and the ducks are psyched to be swimming in the crap he's pouring in down there. Everyone's happy. like I mentioned this morning, this snowstorm and the latest cold snap we've been having kind of caught me off guard. I planted my peas last weekend and a number of other things out here in the garden beds, and then it just got well down below freezing, like in the teens. So I came up with this little temporary measure to keep my seeds all happy. Hopefully they didn't germinate and freeze. I don't know, I haven't opened this up in a couple days now to see what's going on. Soil temperature is good. Hidden behind this mountain of crap is a sea captain's chest, and Zephyr has just learned that I own a sea captain's chest that came from my mother, which reportedly came from her father, and it goes back into the family. I don't know who exactly was a sea captain. I'm going to find out more about the details of this story, but today I have promised Zephyr that I would dig it out so he could see what a real sea captain's chest looks like. This, I believe, is made out of white pine. It has a faux finish. This is not the actual grain. This is painted on there to make it look like, you know, to make it look like a hardwood, like probably a mahogany or a walnut or something. And I think that adds to its provenance, not its provenance, but it adds to the dating the chest. But I think the idea is that they would pack these things full and have them delivered to their ship, and boom, that was what they had for however many months they were out to sea. Imagine. Alright, I gotta wait for Zephyr before I get into it, though. That's the jade chest set.
Village, field, and forest.
I don't really know. Village.
My grandfather wrote and copyrighted Words and Music by Leland W. Bickford, 1990. I like Baloney, that's why I like you. It's a great song. I'm gonna try to play it. I like Baloney, that's why I like you. I don't like peanut butter, it sticks to my roof. I don't eat peanut brittle, it breaks off my tooth. But I like baloney, that's G7. Why, that's why I like you. I don't eat guacamole, it's green and it's sludge. still like baloney, but I don't still like you. That's how it ends. All right. And that was I Like Baloney, That's Why I Like You by Leland Cochran Bickford. Copyright 1990. Performed inadequately by yours truly. So this is an update video, and I just wanted to talk to you about your book. Tell us about your book. Tell us where you're at. Tell us what's happening.
Getting close to done. Near the end of chapter 10 out of 14 chapters. Then I'm going to go through the whole thing again with one more round of making it all cohesive and maybe interesting to you guys. And I applied for a scholarship with the Maine Writers and Publishers Alliance to take a workshop in writing a query for the process of starting to look for a publisher or a agent.
An agent. Yeah. Maybe all of my viewers don't know what your book is.
Oh, okay. This is my pitch for a really long elevator ride. Like a 13th floor elevator ride pitch. So in 1996, you and I hiked the Colorado Trail, which is a 500-mile trek from Denver to Durango. And then 20 years later, we returned with our 3 children who were 11, and 15 at the time.
Right.
I can't remember their age.
Yeah.
And so my initial idea was to write a book about the 2 hikes and what had changed in 20 years. And it sort of evolved into that, plus many things that have changed since westward expansion and white sun. 1859, gold was found in Clear Creek, so that's roughly when. I mean, there had been some Spanish explorers before that, and some fur traders, but not a lot of significant development or change. Yeah. So the trail sort of literally comes in contact with a lot of the issues. So instead, it's not in a chronological history, it's a geographic history. Water diversion and storage issues is like one of the first things you come across. And bark beetle epidemics in a number of different places exacerbated by climate change. And mining, legacy mines, acid mine drainage, just development, people.
Right, houses.
I think there was one place that I haven't gotten to yet where there was like, you could see in the distance a coal mines, because I want to talk about energy development because that's becoming a big thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I'm not sure how I'll fit that in. And just public land usage, wilderness preservation, you know, there's like a few positive things.
Good, yeah.
Logging. So you cover like the kind of the big western U.S. land use issues, overgrazing.
Sure.
And you know, the way that that's kind of changed landscape, and also what the people have done, you know, like the driving the Indians onto reservations, mostly in Utah. Trying to talk about all those things without it sounding too sad and depressing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very cool how it's not a chronological history, and it's not, you know, necessarily like an issue history, but it really follows the trail.
Right. Yeah, it comes up as you physically experience it.
Going through the places. Yeah.
Right. And then the last chapter is last summer when Emmett, Zephyr, Milo, and I went to Colorado. We hiked the section of the trail that we missed, that we skipped because we took an alternate route. So that was intentionally going to be, like, initially I was thinking that it was an epilogue sort of chapter. that would like fill in what's happened since then. So there's been
Oh,
so the election,
right,
and then all the rollbacks of environmental protections and climate change, action on climate change, and the strong drive to privatize public land and that sort of thing that's taken place in the current administration. But that's kind of like, so that's not an epilogue, it's a chapter 14. And then there will be an epilogue of what's happened since last summer till whenever this book finally gets published.
Wow. Wow, cool. So we're going to throw a big patty when you're done.
Oh, good, because I'll need a party. I was thinking I would take a day and just watch season 1 of Friends all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Knock it off. Do something really mindless.
Yeah. Cool. Now the working title.
The working title is Uphill Both Ways.
Oh, still. Okay.
I thought of the title like when I very first thought of this idea years and years ago, and I was expecting it to be a humorous tale because it kind of has a humorous slant. Yeah. And I don't think I'm very funny anymore. Life's just too sad to be funny. I mean and hopefully that like I'll try to amp up any humorous notes when I do my revision.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Use some cheap tricks like exaggeration and irony. Irony.
Cool. Well, thank you for the update and good luck.
If any of your viewers work for Simon and Schuster or Random House or Penguin, or I think Penguin's part of Random House. Anyway, one of the big ones.
She's your lady. Let her know. Let us know. Well, nearing the end of my day here in beautiful sunny Whitefield, Maine. We're actually getting ready to head off to a party at some friend's house. They hold a pie party every year. Usually they hold it on March 14th, 3.1415, 3.1415926, whatever it is. This year with the pie party is gonna be a little bit late. But who wouldn't go for a party with pie? Hope you had a great day today coming along with me. And I don't know when I'll see you again, but I hope it's sooner this time. Peace out.